Hello, everyone, and welcome in for this little impromptu live. I wasn't going to go live today, but I changed my mind a little earlier. So here we are. Welcome in, everybody. Come on in and get cozy. Welcome in for the afternoon show, right? We're kind of like, what do we do here? But guess what? Y'all know me. I got a fresh cup of coffee, so y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for some salty in the afternoon? All right, come on in. Hey, Carrie, Rachel, Forrest, and Butterfly, my mod team. You're fabulous. Thank you guys for being here. Mm, that afternoon coffee hits right? Dang. Had a little mishap here yesterday evening, guys. We had sprung a bad water leak and it was late. So I told my son, like, y'all go ahead and get quick showers and blah, blah, blah. Turn the water off. So today I had to turn it on quickly and clean the kitchen real quick, grab a quick shower, and then I caught some water up into some containers in case I needed it, because I'm always prepared. So I'm sitting here with no water today till my son gets home to fix it. But I know how to survive. At least I got my shower in. Yay. I thought y'all might want to know that little bit of information. Come on in here, guys. We got some things to talk about. We want to get a couple of case updates in so we can stay on top of that. And we're going to talk about the case of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. You guys may have been seeing some rumblings about that on the YouTube streets, some stories coming out. So Butterfly sent a link, was it yesterday? I think it was. And I'd heard a little about it, but I didn't really look at it yet. And then I started looking at it. So I gathered what I could find. Um, yeah, it sucks, Carrie, but my son's gonna fix it all up when he gets home. I hope he. Well, that's the plan anyway. That is the plan. Oh, and guys, for a little daddy update, my dad did get to go home this morning. Um, I don't have to go up there. I'm going to go on Sunday and spend the whole day with him, but he's feeling well enough to go home. And I do have a stepmom. She's there, but my brother and sister-in-law live right next door, so all is good, and we're all multitasking our daddy. But he's doing amazing, and he was sitting there dressed and ready to go home like 2 hours before they cut him loose. So can't keep that man down. Knowing my dad, I'll be shocked if he's not on the riverbank tomorrow, or at least by Sunday. All right, all right. Hey, Real Happy, welcome on in. Good to see you. Oh, guys, also, yesterday we had the sentencing in the Brooks Houck case, the Crystal Rogers case. Brooke Houcks and Joseph Lawson were sentenced yesterday for her murder. Again, Crystal's never been found, so prayers the family can maybe one day find her. But Brooks was sentenced to life in prison, and rightfully so. And Joseph received 25 years for his part. There was not a televised trial or anything, but the news station that's local to them has done a great job of always putting out videos and such later. Well, I got my hands on the victim impact statement given by Sherry Ballard. And I was making a video and I kept getting interrupted with the phone calls, but then it started coming out. But I did make a video about it, and I packed in some facts for you guys in the beginning of it. I don't know how many of those I'll do. They don't look like they're that time consuming or hard, but you'd be surprised. So I used to do a lot more of them and I miss it. So I'm going to try to get back at that. But you guys, please go over to the video section, the video tab, and give it a thumbs up and show Sherry and the family some love. We've seen a lot of victim impact statements, and you guys know how strong Olivia Gonzalez was in the Kohberger sentencing. Sherry is amazing. And if you have followed the Crystal Rogers story, you know that woman has been through it. 10 years of her daughter being missing, don't know where her daughter is. A year after her daughter was gone missing, her own husband was shot and killed on their property. And the weapon used to kill her husband was tied to Brooke Houck's brother. Will we see arrests come down for Tommy's murder? I hope so. I got to kind of watch my words. I got in trouble with YouTube 2 days in a row. I told y'all I would. Got to be ad friendly, whatever that means. I'm community friendly. If y'all think my mouth gets out of hand, I'm sure y'all tell me. I would expect you to. Tone it down a notch, girlfriend. Yeah, Brooks had no emotion. He's an emotionless man, Rachel. You can tell. And Sherry referenced his mother, his sister, the whole family. And she referenced a couple of the phone calls that Brooks made. I've heard those phone calls. We can actually take a look at those, and we may do that next week. Yeah, Crystal's kids, Rach, they've been through it. They were so young. Crystal had 4 children when she became involved with Brooks, and together they had one little Eli. And Butterfly, I was floored when they said that Rhonda named her son Eli as well. Brooks' sister. What are you doing, lady? What I don't understand that stuff. All right, so the boys are cousins and they have the same name. And when Brooks started dating another girl after Crystal disappeared, her name is Crystal. Like, that's a weird guy. Oh, and Sherry called out the new girlfriend too, didn't she? I was spitting my coffee out in the backyard listening to Sherry. I've been waiting for 10 years to hear that woman's victim impact statement. So yeah, guys, if you don't mind, go over and check out the video and show it some love. And just keep the family in your prayers, because they still have that. There's no official closure ever anywhere, right? That's just a weird word to use. It's learning to live with. But it may be a little easier to live with if they could find her and place her to rest where they see fit. Yeah. All right. So we're going to get into it. We're going to read a little article that came down about Rex Heuermann. We were just talking about Rex and the case over there. I wanted to share this with you guys because the DA is like, we're ready to roll. We're ready to rock and roll. And we're like, oh, we're here for it, DA. Too bad we can't see a trial for old Heuermann. That would be one. You know what? If they had to bleep out everything that would come out in that trial, oh my goodness. I wonder if they'll at least give audio. Didn't that P. Diddy trial have audio? Guys, I didn't follow that ridiculous mess, whatever that was, but I think they had audio, right? Like we had with Lori Vallow's bull. Okay, that was the article from yesterday. Today is this one. All right. We're going to read this, and then we're going to take a look at a new filing that came down in the Richard Allen case from his appeals attorneys, and then we'll get into Celeste's story because I didn't want to put her. I wanted to devote the time to that. So let's get this. Prosecutors say they are ready. Well, I don't know what it actually says because I'm ready for trial in Gilgo murders case against Rex Heuermann. Now, remember, he also wanted to sever the trial, so I think there's a couple more hearings that need to be had. Yeah, that AI audio stuff. That's what it was. They got transcripts, I guess, and then I guess they fed the transcripts into AI, and AI's like, here you go. I am resisting the AI at every turn. I promise y'all that. I don't know why. I don't want no part of it. I don't like fake, and I feel like, what are we doing accepting fake? I don't need it to be smarter than me. That's my fault if I'm not smarter. Oh my God. See, don't get me on the AI. AI videos. All right. Prosecutors in Suffolk County, New York, are ready to put alleged Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann on trial for the murders of 7 women whose bodies were found on Long Island. We are ready for trial, the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office said in a new court filing. In the same filing, prosecutors also certified they have turned over all of the evidence to Heuermann's lawyer, including a 723-page inventory. Whoa, good thing Ann Taylor's not over there. She'd have a meltdown right now. She'd be like, oh no, I cannot. I need 5 years. I'll try to behave, y'all. And a list of people who know more relevant facts about the case. Oh, I'm about to choke. Hold on. Hey, that was almost bad, y'all. I went to drink my coffee and it didn't work. It made it worse. So they included a 723-page inventory and a list of people who may know relevant facts about the case. Hmm. A list of people who may know relevant facts. That's interesting. Who's on the list and what would they know, right? Herman, 62, has pleaded not guilty to charges that he killed 7 women who authorities said were sex or worked as escorts. Megan Waterman, Melissa Bartholomew, Amber Lynn Costello were killed between 2009 and 2010. Maureen Brainerd Barnes was killed in 2007. I was watching a video last night that Rachel sent me a clip or sent me a link, and I went on the website they were talking about, but I didn't fish around it yet. And they were talking about a map, right, where they plug in the missing, the murder, all these things, and they can kind of track wrecks by that. Because sometimes these people go dormant, right? They know he was killing long before they were aware and long before these women. Where are the other victims, right? How many more are out there? And where's his other dumping ground? Did he switch? Because the women who've been found so far, most have been along the Gilgo Beach area, but there were also remains found on another location not far from there. And then we're learning also the Jones Beach, where Gilgo ends and Jones begins. They found that stash of women's clothing and purses and stuff. Remember, we looked at that yesterday. And that stuff was from the 80s and 90s. My God. How old was this guy when he would have started this reign of terror? Jessica Taylor was killed in 2003, Valerie Mack in 2000, and Sandra Costilla in 93. So we know Sandra was in 1993. I wonder if that's the oldest date they have, as far as the victim's remains. Herman is due. I got all these notes somewhere. I need to find my Rex Herman folder. Herman is due back in Riverhead courtroom next week, at which point Judge Timothy Mazie is expected to set a date for trial. Oh, so if they're going to set the date for trial, they're gearing up. And I know that the defense is not happy that new DNA stuff is coming into court. They're already trying to fight it. The judge's decision to allow it, they're trying not to allow it. There's like something about they're saying that the lab didn't have state accreditation or something or other. I didn't finish looking at it. I was like, nice try, but I think the judge already ruled and made a decision, so we're just going to go with that. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me get this straight here. Get that down and out of the way. Hey, Tricia, welcome in. Welcome in. We're doing a little case update, and then we're going to get into this new story we're following here. All right. Grasping at straws, Forrest. They don't know what to do. How could you defend that, right? I mean, I know they need a defense attorney, but I couldn't help but think about what Sherry was saying yesterday and the family was saying about defense attorneys, right? Like, I feel you. How do you justify any of that? But he's pled not guilty, so that's the kicker to me, right? He's like, not guilty. You're not pinning that on me. Yeah, I doubt that they'll set it for this year, right, Rach? We're already what, almost October. Might as well say we're into October. It's September 18th. Are y'all surprised I knew the date? Because I just looked. Yeah, I don't know if it'll happen this year either, Rach. I'm with you. I think it'll be early next year. Give them time to finish playing their little game there, their little paper the court to death situation. All right, guys. We have not talked much about Delphi here on the channel in a long time. I've threatened to do a show a couple of times, and Changed my mind each time for personal reasons. But I said when the appeals process is in process, I'll have something to follow again, and I'll definitely report on it. Now, I know that they filed for a I've got that document too. The appeals attorneys filed for more time, right? Because remember, they transferred Rick Allen from Indiana recently over to where Oklahoma. So if your appeals attorneys are in Indiana, um, they're not going to have direct access to you all the time. So I think they were granted their time. I'm not even sure if there's been a ruling on that yet. But they just filed, and the reason, and this is important because it's needed, but there's confusion as well, as always, in Delphi. Because some of the things apparently that from what I can gather from the smart people I will follow about Delphi, let me say it that way, on X, some of the exhibits weren't admitted into like the evidence at trial or into the court filings rather. It's a whole thing. I have to go and really. Carol Weineke is a appeals attorney in Indiana. She was done a lot of work in this case, but she's got a good explanation of some of this stuff on there because people have a lot of questions about the process in Indiana and how this is going to work and all this. But if you've ever followed Delphi, you know it's a hot freaking mess, especially when it comes to documents and the docket and all this craziness. So we're just going to read what's here and see what the defense has to say and what they're asking for. I still have not even went over the Delphi trial transcripts. Right after we got those, Idaho discovery everywhere coming out of the woodwork, and there we went. So still haven't done that. Verified motion to compel transmission of exhibits and new due date. Comes the appellant Richard Allen by counsel Mark Lehman and Stacy Uliana are hereby respectfully request the court issue an order to the Carroll County. She's trying to order the Carroll County clerk to do something. I'm sorry. If you know, you know. That's quite funny. How come I know her by her first name? I won't even, never mind. The Miss Clerk of Court office to transmit submitted with the following two motions. Motion for Frank's hearing, 9/18/2023. Oh, that lengthy document that the judge said she wasn't even going to read and still denied the hearing. Is that going to come back to bite you in the butt, Ms. Gull? I hope so. And the motion to correct errors. Oh, nice. I know what that's about. 1/20/25. Y'all, I don't know if this man's innocent or guilty, but I know he got the shaft, and I won't stand for it. Then nothing about this man's treatment or trial were fair. If we want to get on the Constitution and scream fair, 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 this is your prime example right here. And it certainly wasn't, what's his name, Koberger? Yeah, it wasn't that guy. In support of this motion, Allen states as follows. On October 28, 2022, the state charged Allen with 2 counts of felony murder by kidnapping under Indiana Code. Almost said Idaho. On March 22, 2024, the trial court granted the state's request to amend the charge to add 2 counts of murder under Indiana Code. And I'm not going to name the codes. On August 18, 2023, Allen filed a motion for Frank's hearing seeking to suppress evidence obtained pursuant to a search warrant of his home. Allen submitted several exhibits in support of that motion, including 126 documents and media exhibits and 7 depositions, which were tendered to the trial court in binders. These exhibits and depositions were identified in a list that Allen attached to this motion. I wonder how many of those All Eyes has. I got to check the Google Drive. Sorry, I was thinking out loud. Allen attached this motion. The list is attached to the motion to compel as attachment 1. On November 11, 2024, Following a 25-day trial, a jury found Allen guilty of 2 counts of murder. On December 20th, 2024, the trial court entered an order sentencing Allen to an aggregate term of 130 years. On January 20th, 2024, Allen filed a motion to correct errors. In support of his motion, Allen filed 2 flash drives with evidence and media exhibits. See attachment 2. The court denied the motion without a hearing on February 14, 2025. Ding, ding, ding. A notice of completion of transcripts was filed July 7, 2025. The exhibits identified in Attachment 1 and the flash drives identified in Attachment 2 were not included in the transcript filed with the trial court. Allen cannot adequately file a brief without review of these exhibits. Allen requests that he be given 30 days from the date on which this docket shows the exhibits are received by the clerk's office, which to file his brief of appellate. Yeah, what can you do if you can't get discovery from the trial? How do you file your appeal? On what basis? If they're not giving you the discovery needed to file the appeal. Are we still giving this man the shaft after all this time? Y'all can't dance in the light now? What is there to hide now, right? Kind of like the guy, that weirdo in the white car. Yeah, that was a one-off situation. Don't worry about him. They need to stop it. They need to stop it. All right, so they need to get all of those documents because those are absolutely important, right, for his appellate attorneys to get. Because what if Rick Allen wasn't the guy? That would mean somebody responsible for what happened to those poor little girls is walking around out there all willy-nilly. If he did do it, he deserves that 130 years. But we don't know. Jury didn't see all the evidence. Judge wouldn't allow it. They had stronger alternative perpetrators and evidence against those alt perps than Ann Taylor ever dreamed of having. And the judge is like, no, 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 no nexus. No nexus. Ma'am, take a look at social media. We beg to differ. And we got receipts to back up the nexus. Oh, well. So his exhibits need to go to his appellate team. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's important because I can't be two-faced in life about anything, and I can't be that way about the justice system. If I honestly thought in my gut and my heart and soul that Rick Allen did it and he absolutely got a fair trial, hands down, you'd hear me preaching it like I do with Kohberger. And I think people got confused at first when they came over here and saw my coverage on Rick Allen. They thought I'd be the same way about Kohberger, but yeah, not so fast, right? We got to call them as we see them. All right, so we got our update on Rex, and the prosecution's sitting on go. And RA's team is waiting on they're waiting on Jody over there to get off her can and get these exhibits ready up. She's going to say they're not in the docket. They're not here. I don't know where they're at. Gull, do you know? I don't know. Hell, I gave them to you, girl. That's how that conversation's going to go. Simi Sharp in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in. Seeing your name just reminded me. Let me check something. I got a message earlier with a little invite. And I said, I got to get back to you. All right. It's on. I will be co-hosting Feral Friday tomorrow with my buddy, my pal. We're over there at Publicly Buzzed. Yes, ma'am. Y'all have to come out and hang out with us. I know most of you do. So I will see you there tomorrow night. I will not stream tomorrow. I'm going to take a break and chill and rest so I can hang with you youngsters tomorrow night and watch a little horror movie. Don't know what he's got picked or how he's going to do it. Y'all know how he rolls over there. He'll let us know. It's all a good time. So y'all come over there and join us if y'all have nothing to do on a Friday night. If you're an introvert like the rest of us and you want to hang out with a chill community and have a little fun and watch a weird-ass movie, I suggest you go hang out with the Publicly Buzzed on Friday night. Right, guys? All right, let's get into this story. All right, so I gathered all the information that I could find between a couple of news clips and what I could find online. There's a lot of information. Well, there's not really a lot of information out there except the basics. We know names, we know locations, we know what was found, how it was found. We don't know other stuff. So we're going to unpack it. So as this information comes down, we'll be caught up with it. That's why I wanted to go ahead and go live this afternoon and not tomorrow morning. Because I knew I wasn't going to come in here tomorrow. So I hope you guys don't mind the little afternoon pop off. We'll see how that goes for us. Everybody's so used to having me in the mornings. I thought I can do this. I can go live on a whim like other people, right? What's my crew doing? It's like, I hope they're all available. All right, I'm going to start this off with a news clip, guys, to get everybody caught up in case you have not heard about it. And while I start it, I'm going to go grab a fresh cup of coffee. So let me get my... Thank you, Forrest. He dropped the bubble list. Okay. Let me get this up here. The first piece is going to be an ABC 7 news clip. And after that, we have a Fox 11 piece where TMZ is going to talk about... And I don't normally watch those guys. I know they're pop culture. I used to watch them back in the day when just had cable TV, before I was really on phone a lot, like years ago. I didn't even realize they were still around till like recently. They're all over YouTube. So anyway, they posted and they're the ones allegedly who got the name of this victim, this 15-year-old girl, and they're the ones who notified her mother, not the police. And this child had been missing for a year. Let's see, almost a year. She was discovered September 8th this year. She was reported missing. The last time she was seen, I should say, was April 5th, 2024. I found that odd that the police didn't knock on their door once they identified this child, who was found under horrific conditions. Oh, which, by the way, let me do one thing really quick. Sensitive topic, guys, because the way she was found, she wasn't just placed in a trunk. It's bad enough what happened. But yeah, no trigger warnings here, which is true crime. The child was dismembered. I will say that, but they don't get too graphic or gory, so just keep that in mind as it plays. Let me get the screen up for you guys. And then we'll go into some of the details that I could find out. We'll talk about that. And I'm going to grab my coffee while I hit play.
Inside the trunk of an abandoned Tesla registered to the singer David has been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. The teen was reported a runaway and missing out of Lake Elsinore nearly a year and a half ago. Tonight, a house close to where that Tesla was abandoned was searched. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo is there live now in Hollywood with more. Tim.
And Mark, those CSI investigators literally just left the scene about 10-15 minutes ago. The police tape finally came off and we were able to come a little bit closer to this house. Now, we don't know at this point what exactly those detectives were looking for, what they got out of that house. We saw them pull evidence and put it into an SUV, essentially where I'm standing right now. We don't even know why they were here in the first place, but this house just happens to be literally feet away from where that Tesla was found. A dozen LAPD investigators took a computer and other items from this Hollywood home just a block away from where an abandoned Tesla was found with a dead teenager in the trunk. Police spent hours at the home on Dehaney Place, placing several evidence bags into an SUV, but they wouldn't say if or how it was connected to the Tesla. Several homeowners say they remember seeing that distinct Tesla for a while, first parked in front of the house police searched today, then at two different spots on the street.
It's a little weird to see a car that I haven't seen here for a long time. Had a big dent on it, had a Texas plate on it. So all a little odd, but at the same time, people could be hanging out with friends for, prolonged time.
That abandoned Tesla was towed earlier this month, and workers at a Hollywood tow yard noticed a foul odor and found decomposed human remains wrapped in a garbage bag inside the car. We now know the young woman found dead was 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, according to the medical examiner, the same teen who was reported missing from Lake Elsinore last year. At a corner store in town, the owner recalled her coming in often.
She always quiet, nice. She come in like if she buy like like chips, soda, and leave. Sometimes she come with a friend from the neighborhood.
Eyewitness News has learned Rivas had run away from home a few times. She was last reported missing in spring of 2024. Those who knew Rivas, who just turned 15 a week and a half ago, say she was bubbly and sweet.
She just seemed very lively and friendly, a typical teenager.
The medical examiner hasn't determined her cause of death, but part of the police investigation will be speaking to the owner of that Tesla, a musician who goes by David. His real name, David Anthony Burke, from Houston, Texas. He gave his world tour on July 30th and has continued performing since the investigation began. Tonight's show, though, in Seattle was canceled. The medical examiner also trying to determine how long Rivas had been dead, but based on the condition of the body, it might have been a while. Those who saw the Tesla this summer and watched LAPD spend hours in this well-to-do Bird Streets neighborhood are rattled by everything that's happened here.
It's scary to think that this is happening, and this is a beautiful neighborhood, very nice, beautiful, expensive homes, and we would think that we'd be safer.
Interesting note, the home here behind me that detectives have been focused on the better part of today has 2 cameras above the garage as well as a ring camera. In fact, this entire neighborhood has pretty extensive security system, with many of the homes having several cameras. We do know from a couple neighbors I spoke with earlier that police were here last week asking to review or see some of the security camera footage. We don't know if they got anything, if it's helped the case. As to this point, LAPD has been extremely tight-lipped about this entire investigation. We're live tonight in Hollywood. Tim.
Okay, that was one of the clips I have. Yeah, Dolphin, the report is TMZ is the one who notified her mother. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. It's unbelievable. Hey, Sarah, welcome in. Thank you for coming and joining us. Guys, if you don't know, Sarah has an amazing Twitter account, X account. She is fabulous about keeping you up to date on documents and links to documents and all the good things. And my girl is working on a nice little Google spreadsheet there. I'm liking what I see, Sarah. So thank you for that. I think I put it in my Discord, or no, I saved it. I got to go put that in my Discord, my virtual office, because I'm going to be digging into that thing. That's very helpful, and I appreciate that. She didn't do it for me, guys. She did it for everybody, and it's just really good. So, if one of my mods can grab her a link and drop it in, that'd be great. All right. So what I found out was this little girl, apparently she had a history of running away at least once or twice prior to the last time. And that's what there was no Amber Alert for her, right? She was a missing persons, because I think the family reported that she had left on her own accord. But she was reported missing, like I said, beginning on April 5th of 2024 from Lake Elsinore, California. And I don't know what kind of movements went on in that case since then. I went back and tried to research and look for old stuff about her when she first went missing. I didn't go check Facebook because I always kind of forget about Facebook sometimes, but I need to start remembering. But I didn't see anything old, like, when she first went missing and things of that nature. I'm sure it was like a local deal. But the mother had told law enforcement at one point, I don't know if it was the very beginning or when it came up, but that she had a boyfriend named David. So she's really young and has this boyfriend named David. It turns out this singer, this guy that owns the Tesla, that is his name, David Burke. But as the singer, rapper, I'm not sure what he is, R&B singer. He spells it D in the letter 4, R, and D. Y'all know how they do. So he's known as David, or David, as the singer. He's got like a huge Spotify account with 33 million listeners on Spotify. He was set to perform in LA on September 30th. He's been on tour, and I think they just put the pause on the tour like in the past 24 hours. People are like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? That's your Tesla. What are you doing? You're going to go on with your tour like nothing's going on? Now, authorities have reported, according to articles that I've read, that he is cooperating. What does that mean? Now, you'll notice in that piece, if you listened, they had Texas plates. He was from Texas, so I don't know if he purchased the Tesla in Texas and it was registered there, and there it's in the Hollywood Hills at, in the Birds, whatever it's called. Dolphin, I'm not positive. I have to look at her picture. Let me look. That when she was found, they said she was in a tube top, black leggings, a yellow metal bracelet, and I've heard a set of stud earrings, and I've heard one stud earring in her ear. But let me look at the photo. That the only one I could really find. I went on Google and did a photo search for her, the image or whatever, and yielded the same photo each and every time, which is fine. Her photo needs to be out there, but look, I reshuffled my phone, and I'm like, where did I move my folder? I don't see a nose ring in this picture, Dolphin, that I have. I can Google. I'll show you guys her photo again. Let's get it pulled up. Let me go to Google, and we'll pull it up. Now, the description found in the trunk also, and that's described what the child was wearing. They described her as 5'2" and about 71 pounds with wavy black hair. Okay, let's see right here. Let me get her images pulled up and we'll take a look, Dolphin. If you guys, I didn't go look at Facebook even to see if she had a Facebook page, and that's usually one of the first things I do, especially with the young people. She may even have an Instagram to get some better photos, but she's been found. It's not like we need to, plaster her photo everywhere to see. But yeah, look at this. Is it going to let me zoom in for you guys? So I need to go out and then every time. Hold on. I don't know if she really knew him, if they had a relationship, anything like that yet. Nothing's come of that yet. Hey, Firefly, welcome in. Well, thank you. Thank you for lurking. We'll take it. We love our lurkers. Lurkers are listeners, right? Okay. See if this has got an image of her that we can see better. Yeah, here we go. And I don't see any piercings on her face at all. She had the necklace on that I see. Oh, I will. Thank you. And I also saw that. Hang on, let me check this really quick. See what this says. Okay, Dolphin, what you've got there must be. Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm confused. Not by what you sent me. There is a song, and was surprised. This is Dolphin's comment there. I heard the song, was surprised I knew some of the music, but I don't know his music. So there we're good. Yeah, there's a song he wrote that's really creepy, but he wrote it before, in 2022, long before he knew her, allegedly, and before she disappeared. So we're gonna, yeah, this is what you sent me is curious. But I don't know if that's the girl in the video. Maybe, Dolphin. It looks like her, don't it? But it looks like a little older her. Okay, we're good. Let's put that on pause for 1 second, and we'll get right back to that. So apparently this Tesla was parked outside of this Here With Me is the song that you heard. I haven't listened to the music yet, Dolphin, but he had a song called oh god, I have it written down. It had, the title alone was telling, and I think one of the news clips I watched had the lyrics to the song, and I was like, whoa, dude, what are you doing there? What are you writing about? What was the name of the song? I wrote it down. Where did it go? Murder or something? I don't know. And he talks about unaliving somebody. Oh, it's called Romantic Homicide. was his first music video posted in September of 2022. Wow. Sarah, I was wondering earlier, did we have any indications this guy had a record anywhere? I needed to control you and Matt to see if y'all found anything. That's where my mind went earlier. I was like, what's Sarah and Matt got on this guy? Let me go find out. Okay, so yeah, his first music video allegedly, or that he posted, was in September 2022, and the name of it, guys, is Romantic Homicide. Ooh, that alone is like, my goodness. I wonder if we can pull up lyrics to that song. Okay, so Celeste herself, she was from Elsinore, California. So on September 8th, or actually about 5 days before that, from what I've pieced together from I went and read several articles and see if everyone's stuff matched. You know what I mean? Their details. So she was found on the 8th, but the car arrived at the impound yard a few days before that. It was actually brought in by a tow truck from Beverly or Hollywood Tow, a place called Hollywood Tow, and it was taken to their tow yard. And residents who lived on that street, and we have the name of the street where it was found, we're going to look at the map. They said the car had been there, pretty much a fixture, for about a year with Texas plates. And eventually, I think somebody had called and reported the car out there. We're talking Hollywood Hills, up there in the birds. We're talking multi-million-dollar mansions and homes, right? So someone finally called and reported it, apparently, and it got towed away. And it sat at the tow yard for several days, up to 5 is what I'm hearing. And the employees noticed the smell, as you can imagine. And upon further investigation, discovered this bag in the trunk, and inside, from what I have read, I'm going to share that with you guys, it was her torso and her head. I don't know if the rest of her was there or not. I hate to say it that way, but bless that little girl, let her rest in peace. Although the minute she left that body, she was gone. So hopefully she left it quickly. You know, I don't know, but that's what I've read. So we're going to take a look at that stuff as well. The car was found in the 1400 block of Bluebird Avenue. Now, I know it was also found on what's called Delaney, or no, where's it at? I got that wrote down. I was on the map earlier looking at the road. But in the news clips, you know how sometimes they'll show you the house number of the home they're searching, and you can go pull it up like nobody's business. They didn't show the street address, house number on this house, but I know the street. I was like, Then we found out it was allegedly the 1400 block of Bluebird Ave. So I guess we're going to get to know the Hollywood Hills just a little bit here in a minute. Let me find what was the name of the actual street the car was towed from. I kind of scattered my notes down earlier, and I didn't highlight my information that I needed to jump out at me as well as I usually do. Oh, I know where it's at. I know what I got to do. Okay. Let me pull it up on the map real quick. And I'll show you the vicinity or the area the car was at. Oh, look, it's got Ruby's location stuff entered still last. There it is. Doheny Place. Doheny Place is a street, obviously, there in LA. And okay, so with that said, before I forget, I think this has happened in the last 24 hours. There is a road, there's a house close to where the car was towed from that was being searched yesterday. It was yesterday evening, I believe. See, all these houses kind of have the same, see, that looks like it, but they all look like it. Oh, we got blocked out stuff. We don't, see, they all look that style of a home. Oh, man, do we have a view? Oh, no. How do y'all live up there in those Hollywood? Oh, they got like a nice little circle driveway over here. Or is that part of their streets? Okay, so this is allegedly the area. Well, I'm not going to say allegedly because that's where the tow truck says they came to, was this area. I'm going to put in this 1400 block of Bluebird and see what comes up as well. Because this, maybe this is that. Yeah, this is Doheny. So this is the street that it was on, and you can see it just starts there. I think it goes all the way around and it curves back. And they all look around the same. And I think Steve Fisher on X posted earlier that an old shot from a Google map with a Tesla parked in the road. But they, like he said, that there's Teslas are a dime a dozen in LA, right? Look at that little house. Like, I call it a little house because in LA it's probably gets swallowed up by the mansions. But could you imagine way back in the day that was probably somebody's little elaborate house? Look at that right next to it. You could probably sell that lot with your little house on it for an ungodly amount of money. That's interesting. Okay, so let me take this down for a second. I'm going to put in where they found the car at near it from what the report that I saw. And I went on, there's also a website. Well, it's not the website, it's the ME's website. I was looking up information earlier. And apparently the ME has deferred cause of death. And I can apparently order the document for $32. And even though the may or may not with the open investigation. But Joe was able to obtain that report over in London's case, and her case is not closed. And he's like, it took like 90 days for him to receive that. So I was like, I wonder if I put that in as a FOIA, would they honor it? Oh, you must have read what? The Sun reported that a song, I haven't dove into all the music yet. I'm seeing rumblings all over YouTube about his music now. And I saw that a little while ago too, Dolphin, but I don't remember which one I saw it on, about a song titled Celeste. So it appears like there was stuff coming out, right, in his music related to, and the thing is, guys, he is an adult. Well, he's 20. So a year ago, he would have been 19, 18. I don't care. You are an adult. She was 13 as the report, but I think, what was she, 14? If she's 15 now, she had to be 14. Doesn't matter. She's a child. Where was she this past year? What conditions was she kept in? Was she held against her will? What was going down in the mansion? We already know what the P. Diddy and, well, them other weirdos. We know what goes down in those mansions with those young girls. It's disgusting. And she ends up in pieces in a trunk. Wow, right? So if he's out there, Dolphin, with telltale music like that, dude, you better get your attorney right now. You better be cooperating with authorities. They're going to read technique. They're probably already read technique in this guy. Y'all think he'll crumble? I don't know nothing about this guy. I couldn't tell you who he is. I saw his photo. He didn't look real thuggish to me. Sarah, right? Straight up R. Kelly vibes. If you know, you know. Oh my God. Every time I think about R. Kelly, I cannot help it. My mind will always go back to Dave Chappelle. Oh boy. Good times. It makes me want to go watch it just to laugh. Yeah, where has she been, Rachel, for the past year? So I'll play you the piece now, Dolphin, from TMZ, where they, I forget that guy's name. I find him, I like him. I think he's a handsome guy. He's always come across nice whenever I have watched TMZ. That young guy, not the, what's that older guy's name? And that's a shame I don't know the older guy's name, because way back in the day, his wife was unalived. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Anyway, okay, this is a piece on the situation as well. Let me play that. I still can't believe that, if that's true, and I don't doubt him, TMZ notified the parents. That's horrible. Could you imagine? You report your child missing, a year goes by, they find her, they identify her, and you don't get a knock at the door from the police. Instead, you get a call from TMZ. A who and a what? Wow.
So the body found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to popular music artist David is that of a teenage girl missing since April of last year. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez live in Lake Elsinore. This stunning development in this case. Christina.
Yeah, her name was Celeste Rivas. She was last seen leaving her home here back in 2024. Her family thought she was missing. She was declared missing back then. They had no idea there could even be a connection to the body in the Tesla until they got a call from TMZ last week. Now, keep in mind that David has been cooperating with authorities. He has not been named a person of interest, let alone a suspect. But at this point, his concert in Seattle, the next concert date, has been canceled, and people here are saying, what's going on? Take a look. Few words from those arriving at the Lake Elsinore home where 15-year-old Celeste Rivas disappeared in April of 2024. Where her family has just found out that it is her partially dismembered body that was found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to popular singer-songwriter David Anthony Burke, known by the stage name David. TMZ broke the girl's identification after speaking to her mother.
It was a very heart-wrenching conversation. She was very upset and said that all she knew is that, her daughter had been missing all of this time. She told us that she was aware that there was a boyfriend named David.
And that her daughter had a tattoo with the letters "Shh" on her right index finger.
That the color of the ink of that tattoo was red, which was something that police had not released to the public.
The singer, who has been cooperating with police, had continued his tour after the body was discovered, but he just canceled his next date in Seattle.
But it just seemed odd to us that, gosh, your car, such a grisly discovery in your car, and that you're just out on tour. You would think that, you'd want to find out what happened here, because this is just a very bizarre case.
Especially because one of his videos actually features a body being put in the trunk of a car.
It's just...
Whoa. Well, they're Dolphin. Now we got a video in the trunk of... Oh, my word. And Dolphin, I have not seen any reports yet that car was reported stolen. When they ran the title and registration, or the tag rather, because it still had the Texas tag on it, it came back registered to him. And I haven't seen any reports about it being stolen. Now, he's a little bit of a star, got a little bit of money. Did he have a little bit of an entourage? Did somebody else drive the car? Did they have access to it? Absolutely, that's going to come into play. You can bet your sweet bottom dollar. I'm going to try to keep it clean. I need to practice what I preach to myself. I don't, from what I understand, Dolphin, so that first video was uploaded in 2022. I think this is a recent tour. I don't know how long he'd been out there, but we need to investigate that, because remember, she's been missing for a year. So and they said that she appeared to have been unalived for quite some time before they even found her in the tow yard. So I don't know how long that is yet. So I don't even know how long he's been on tour, but that's a really good question. Let me make a note of that. Maybe we can find his tour schedule. Y'all go stalk his little web. Has he got a web page or an Instagram or something? Y'all know that dude's probably got an Instagram. Let's find out how long old boy's been on tour. All right.
Eerie, considering what ended up happening in David's car.
I just hope that the truth comes forward.
Celeste's neighbors on the street she grew up at.
Justicia.
Justice is what family and friends are asking for.
Whatever happened could happen to someone else, and it's just scary.
Now, again, at this point, I want to emphasize that David He's been cooperating with authorities, supposedly, and but his next tour date, the one in Seattle, was canceled. He's supposed to be in San Francisco Friday and then come here to the Greek. We haven't heard from those venues yet. We have reached out. We have yet to hear.
So he goes on tour on the 5th, August 5th. So recent. And he was currently on tour when the car was discovered and hauled to impound, and then as on the day she was found as well. And he just like, let's see, let's look at an article. I'm sure I can find it. What's his name? David with a 4. Let's see. Cancels tour. Let's see what it says. In Del Mar. And he was due to play in LA. I got that date wrote down, and they just canceled everything, but he was scheduled to show up in LA on September 20th. And I forget the show. Is that the show he had just before it was Del Mar, maybe? But yeah, they have him set to perform in LA on September 20th. And then, of course, that was canceled when he canceled everything. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's got big. I didn't spell David with a 4 in my Google. Google's like, oh, no, got all these other Davids. I wonder if that will do it. Let's see. September 7, 2025. David canceled his Seattle tour after authorities identified the body of Celeste Rivas in the Tesla registered in his name. Conflicting reports emerged that evening regarding the cancellation of the entire tour. Well, it's not really a good thing to come out there and tour like that. All right, so let me see. It's disturbing that these kids go missing and get mixed up in whatever, or mesmerized by whatever at such a young age. And bad things happen like they're unaliving. But to be found in that way, it's always next level. Why's it got to be next level? You know? It's like nothing is like normal like it used to be. And that, you always hear that all your life. Nothing's like it used to be. Well, no shit. Time, things evolve. But lately, we got next level killers everywhere. Like, they can't even be regular old killers anymore. They got to go next level with all of it. They're like, hold my beer. And what scares me the most is knowing that the next Rex Heuermann / Bryan Kohberger is sitting somewhere right now wondering what's wrong with me. And am I going to act on these weird-ass thoughts I'm having one day? He might in 15 years, 10 years, 7, 8, 9, 10. Isn't that scary? Because I'm not a fool. I'm not going to say, oh, they got them all. They got Rex. They got Kohberger. Yay, they got Rick Allen. We're safe. Screw that. There's one lurking around every corner, isn't there? Okay. Let's take a look at this piece, and I'm going to go back and do this address, because if y'all see, I'll show you this house, right? Well, I'll show you what Steve posted. Okay, 1400 block of Bluebird is what I saw in the article, and also the actual name of the street where it was found. All right, let me pull up this screen for you guys, and you can see it as well. But he blurred out, old Steve, he blurred out the address. Okay. And he posted the house where a search warrant, like I said, so apparently a search warrant was served at this home near where this Tesla was found. I don't know how if they did it because like maybe the driveway of the home or their little parking designated spot on the street. I don't know how they do that shit there. Was it because the home is tied to the singer as well? I don't know. It used to be Halle Berry's house. Oh, it can't be cheap and ugly. The house, well, it might be ugly to some folks' taste. The house where a search warrant was executed yesterday, near where the Tesla registered to David, was found with the body of Celeste in its front trunk. So the front trunk there appears to be linked to David, possibly leased by him or someone close to him. So possibly leased by him or someone close to him. A May 2024 Google Map image shows a similar Tesla parked in front of the house. The property is currently listed for lease at $20,000 per month. Well, shoot, y'all, we can pull our money and go have a blast for a month. I couldn't imagine. 20 grand per month. And, well, I guess if I was a multi-millionaire, that's like no big deal, right? So it's 20 grand a month to live there. And it's been on the market since January. Oh, so if it's been on the market since January, did nobody currently live in it? Or were they living in it and contingent upon leasing? Because sometimes they'll like do month to, I don't know, month to month in Hollywood. They're like, what? You better sign this contract. All right, so get a look at the house, y'all. It remains where put in the front. So what are you saying, Dolphin? Hold on. Let me go look at my chat because my chat. Y'all know I can't see chat on the stupid restream thing. Let me look. The Tesla cams. All right, Dolphin, I'm hearing rumblings because I know nothing about the Teslas. Cameras everywhere. They'll record everything from what I'm hearing. So I don't know for sure. That is a really good question because you would think if that car's been sitting there like for a long time, I'm sure the battery, everything would have died or it just would have whatever. Surely the data would still be there and videos or anything. I don't know if it would, preserving and all that kind of stuff. So this is like all lined with the shrubs here and some laying. Ooh, that's a telltale sign, a laying down cactus. If we see a house on our trolling event with a laying down cactus, bingo, we found the property. Always look for the weird shit. We got a leaning cactus. Did someone straighten the... Oh, there's the backyard. It's really small. For 20 grand a month, I expect a little more. I'm sorry. I can actually go into detail right now what I'm going to require. And I'm not seeing it in that shot. Wow. All right. I'm sure it's cute and all, but there's the home that they searched. Now, is it tied to our person of interest? We cannot name him a suspect. Careful with our words. Careful with our words, as defense attorneys will tell you. Person of interest. Let's go back to the map for a moment. And let's go in here and look at the 1300 block. What I say, 1400 block. I'm nosy, y'all. And this is what I would be doing in my backyard, drinking my coffee, if I wasn't sitting here doing it with you guys. I promise you. That's why I'm doing it here. I was bored. And this little girl needs justice. Okay. Was it Bluebird? I'm typing slow because I'm literally using one finger because I'm lazy. And I can't see. All right, 1400 block. Oh, okay, so now I got a better idea of where Doheny, because it actually intersects. Well, that's actually coming up Doheny. So let's take a look at that specific location. Let me get that pulled up first with the street view, because if I do it the other way, it won't. Okay, here we go. Now I can bring you guys in. We'll go trolling for a moment. Let's back out. So there's our... Let's look for that leaning cactus. There's some plant materials. They may have different landscaping now, right? Unless they're too cheap for all that. These like old Hollywood Hills houses, guys. Y'all know what? Them old stars used to live here back in the day. I can't help myself. My brain goes like crazy. I find that interesting. I like the architect of some of these. I like that. Look, it's coming. I put me a gate up. Stay out. Stay out. Weirdos on the streets leaving Teslas unattended. Whoa. I would need to paint my house. So this is the kind of street where it was left. This is the actual street. I wished I had I might be zooming by too fast for you guys, but I'm just basically just taking a stroll around real quick. Real quick like. Do you know how much these little old houses actually go for there? That's crazy. For just a small, cute little... So this is the 1330. It looked like 1330 maybe. 1300, 1330. And I didn't go back in time like Steve did. I just was looking around the area. Okay, so this is also... It kind of makes a loop. So it goes this way, and then when you come up the road here, it goes... You take a right, and that is also the same street, right? What did I call it? Doheny. So if you come off and come this way, you're still on Doheny. And the 1300 block, I think, was right in this area. So let's... Cordell. Little tiny side streets. I wonder, what would y'all do if there was a car like that sitting outside? Even Tesla, I don't care, beat up Toyota, wherever you live. What would you do if a car sat near your home like that for like a year and you never saw anybody mess with it? Would you think it's just your neighbors and it's broke down? Do you know your neighbors enough to know that's an abandoned car on my street? Like yesterday, I live out here in rural nowhere America. This little country 2-lane highway out here. There was a person walking down the road. I had to stop and take a mental note because it's rare. I may walk down to the corner store sometimes because I got one store in one horse town, and it's a nice little walk there and back. I can see it from my porch. It's no big deal. I don't mind taking the little walk. It's good exercise. But when a rando is walking down your street, you should take notice if they're never seen before. Don't think I didn't take notice. You can still get to me way out here in the middle of nowhere. You might even think you got a better shot because of that reason, but I promise you, you'll be incredibly surprised. Anyway. Right, y'all? Don't y'all feel the same way? Hey, there's a Morgan Wallen song about that, and I actually used it in one of my little Brian Koberger things. I keep a certain thing by the bed for the jeepers and the creepers who ain't right in the head. So here's a bluebird, and this is 1405, and it said it was found in the 1400 block. So you get the gist of the neighborhood. Oh, there's that pink house. Okay, we passed right by at this location earlier. So if you come here, Doheny, and then if we go that way, Bluebird. So it was found right within this intersection location, right? You'd call the sheriff within 48 hours. Yeah. Hell, out here, really out here, we don't really got to do a whole lot because the cops are going to see it, right? That's what they do. They just troll around the county highways out here. So the 2 or 3 that's out here, they know, and they're going to pull over and run that plate or lack of, right? They're going to be investigating. So I don't know which house it is, guys. But that's crazy that it would be found. I wonder if that house Let me see if there's any information online yet about the house that they searched, right? Dolphin, let me go take a look at my Discord real quick, guys, see if I had anything sent to me that we need to look at, because I don't know much more than that. I know that Law and Crime dropped a piece, I think, like 20 minutes or so before we went live, and I listened to it a little bit before I went live, and I didn't hear anything new that we weren't going to talk about here. Now, Dolphin's angle with the music, that is something I want to look into. Let's look at this. Let's Google this dude, y'all. Y'all, come on with me. Come with me if you want. Okay. I didn't go to his Spotify account or anything. I can't stand having that app on my phone. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It bugs me. It does weird things, and I don't like it. So I just don't use it if I can avoid it. In your street, you're not allowed to park. Well, you know, in communities where people normally would park on the street, right, like that, in I guess people who live there, visitors or whatever, if it's common, some people are like that in downtown area of my town, but there's designated areas to park. But how long would one sit there before someone notices it's been there, right? And like Carrie's saying, in some areas you're not allowed to park overnight. Who kept moving it? Maybe the driver was staying with someone in that neighborhood. That Dolphin, where did you hear he was moving it? Because I either read that in one of the articles or I saw, because I'm going to tell you, I don't even know if I watched a YouTube live about it, because I saw a thumbnail like he was arrested, and I'm like, that's not even true. So I'm already got the red flag on where I'm going to go look at stuff. So I haven't looked at everything yet. I went and gathered information out of articles right now and what the news clips had said, and tried to find stuff online to back up what the articles were saying, right? Just the basic information of everything on her. And then I knew about the music stuff, but all the other stuff about the car moving around, that Tesla had to have onboard communications, right? Like navigation system. So wouldn't they know? Hey, I got a friend. I got a friend.
You've got a friend.
Where you been, my friend? You're late.
You caught me in a nap.
I did not.
You did.
How did I note it?
And then I couldn't figure out what time you were going live. I'm like, oh shit, she's live now.
Dude, I ate dinner last night, and I got up and got another healthy serving, and I went into this full-blown food coma, like for like 2.5 solid hours. For me, that maybe 3, and that's solid for me. I was like, yes. And then I ended up getting a good night's sleep and felt great today. So did you get your rest in, sir?
I got enough in for now. It'll last me the rest of the day, whatever that means.
Okay, so Sarah says, I'm seeing online that the car had been abandoned for several weeks near the cross streets at Tohini and Bluebird. Right, where we were just looking at the map. Okay, so for several weeks is what Sarah is seeing. Dolphin's saying, yep, okay. He's got a YouTube channel, Dolphin. My girl. We need to drop Dolphin the link too. Dolphin, you want a link to come up here and hang out? Talk to us about this? Tell us what you know, ma'am. So, Joe, have you been listening about this case, or did you just now get up?
I am behind the 8 ball. I'm way behind.
Okay, you'll catch up with us. You'll catch up. You at the top of the show, though, I read the new filing on the appellate case for Rick Allen.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. The attorneys, there's one I didn't go over, but I know they had filed for an extension because him being moved to Oklahoma, right? And I don't even know if it's been granted yet or not, but the new filing from the appellate attorneys is requesting all kinds of exhibits, including the Frank's motion, the motion to correct the error. You're going to have to go over the document. I'll link you to the documents. I know you're going to want to read it. But remember, like I said, when they began the appellate process and had something to talk about that I felt was worth talking about, I'd do it. Well, there we go. So I did go over that document. Just wanted to let you know in case you didn't know it was out there yet.
I have not caught up yet.
Dolphin, I don't know everything she says. I'm Googling on the fly. You're the queen of that, though. How many times have we sat in Discord and brainstormed these cases, and you're in the background, like 90 to nothing. She's like, I got it. I'm like, damn, girl. Let me catch up. Okay. So he's got a YouTube page. Let's go try to find it. So Dolphin has said that she has seen a song about this, well, a song named Celeste. I need to find that clip. Hang on. Let me see if I got the clip first. And then I'll go grab a link while this is doing. Let me see if it's, because remember I told you somebody talked about the lyrics to the song. Actually, damn, Dolphin, it'll be on his page. Let's go see if it is. What's the YouTube again? Let me look. Where'd she say? At D4VD. So he's a singer, Joe, and this child goes missing a year ago, reported missing, a runaway, so it wasn't like an Amber Alert situation. And she was just found recently in the trunk of this Tesla, registered to this singer, who is currently on tour and was scheduled to play in LA on September 20th.
Right. So it's still kind of a, so it's still kind of a whodunit. Like, we don't know for sure that he put her in the car, or if the car was stolen and whoever did that put her in there.
So far, no reports this was a stolen car. All we do know is once this body was discovered in the car, this car registered back to him. It had been abandoned on the streets of Hollywood several weeks, got towed away to the impound or to the tow yard. Employees began to smell a smell. Investigation, looked around, found it. And then the car came back to him. And he is the singer out of, I don't know where he's from, but he's been on tour. Dolphin said since from her research, like April or August. So on recent tour, is scheduled to play on September 20th. And he's got like 33 million listeners on Spotify. So kind of famous guy here, right? So let's see. Let me pull up his YouTube, guys, and see what whoa. Music. Let me see if he's got, what do we have? He's got 2.2 million subscribers, and he's got 493 videos. Let me take a look down at the videos. He's got a Locked and Loaded. He had a song out. The first Romantic Homicide was the first music video posted in September 2022. Now, I don't know where that was posted to, guys, when I wrote that down. If that was Spotify, YouTube, what the deal was. 2 weeks ago, Locked and Loaded official Fortnite anthem music video. Always Love. I'll bring up the screen in a minute, guys. I'm looking for song. He's got Vivo. Let's see what all. I'm looking for one named Celeste, Dolphin.
Well, so Dolphin said play Here With Me with the sound muted.
Okay, Here With Me with the sound muted.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll get copyright strike.
I'll get copyright. Right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, because is that the video with the possible lookalike or a possible victim in it?
Yes, that's okay. Yeah.
Which one is it called again? Because I'm looking at his
Here
page.
With Me. Here With Me.
Here With Me. Okay. Oh, goodness, wrong button. Okay. Here With Me.
I feel like we're going back and listening to Stairway to Heaven backwards.
That there's nothing there, I promise you.
Oh, there is.
Okay. Well, I guess from your point of view there would be, but from mine, y'all need to settle down, Beavises. It's not that bad.
Well, it didn't entice me to start devil worshiping when I heard it backwards or forwards. So.
Oh, that devil worshiping's a choice, man. You can be spiritual and witchy and not be walking in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly can. All right, I'm trying to find this dude's video. Okay. the best cover ever of Stairway to Heaven is Heart playing at the Kennedy Center Honors for the band.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Like, they cried when they heard it. They're sitting there listening to it and they are crying. All right, David, here with me. That's like him singing live. Dolphin, link it in my Discord, please, ma'am, if you can find it. The actual one. I'm looking for the one with, is that it? Because that's got like several people in it. That's an acoustic version. Is this it? Okay, I am looking for Here With Me on.
I don't think I have SoundCloud, so I don't know that I can stream and listen to
videos
music
of him on here singing it, but it's like a acoustic version, and it's not like the video part like we need to see what we're trying
Right.
to watch.
Right.
That I have found yet. This could be user error, but I'm looking. Let me try it like this. Let's see if he's got a playlist. Mini doc present. He has a mini documentary on Spotify, full playlist.
He's got it on YouTube.
Oh, whoa, hold on.
He's got it on YouTube.
We got old boys sitting here talking, but I'll mute it. Hold on, guys. We got his house. What the hell? Okay. I don't want to dox nobody, so we'll go shh. And this little girl had the tattoo on her finger of the shh. And allegedly he has the same tattoo. But then again, as others have pointed out, so do a lot of celebrities. It's a very popular tattoo.
So what's his real name?
David Anthony Burke. Not sure where he's originally from. And I believe he is 20 years old. Celeste is from Lake Elsinore, California. So I don't know when.
I know exactly where I have a friend that lives in Lake Elsinore.
Okay, Dolphin's got something pulled up or sent to me. Let me mute this guy out, and we'll take.
I sent you the YouTube. I sent you the YouTube link also. So Dolphin probably beat me too.
I'll go check that stuff while this is happening. And I'll link where I found this, guys, so you guys can go on your own and listen to it, because I will get struck if I let it play other video, because I'm curious to see what that says as he's saying it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm too nosy.
Right.
But, okay, let me pull up my screen and go ahead and get that linked so I don't forget, so you guys will have it. And remember, he's just a person of interest.
Well, his car was found with body parts in it, so yeah, they're going to be checking him out.
Right? We are. Okay.
All right, Butterfly, you have a great day too. Have a good weekend. Yep.
All right. Thank you, Butterfly. I appreciate it. Okay, where's the video that I was just watching with you guys? What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay. It's on this Vivo playlist, it looks like. Okay, share, copy. All right, here I come with the link. I think. Y'all bear with me. All right, let me pull this up. Now, there we go. Yes. Yes. I did it. And let's see. While I'm here, let me do that. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with us and unpacking this new case with us, and got new members coming in. Thank you.
Very nice. Welcome in Deb and Liz and Slow, KP, Angel of Light.
And thank y'all for listening and hanging out or coming by and checking us out, visiting, whatever you guys are doing. Everyone, please hit the like button and get this little girl's story out there, right? Nobody wants to get news their child is found in that condition makes it worse. All right, let me get this video pulled up that our good friends sent us.
And I think Dolphin said it's like 16 seconds in, so it's like right off the bat, like right at the beginning.
Oh, wait. Or shit, where did I just put it? Oh my goodness. Hang on, I know what I did. I went and grabbed it on my phone and not my computer. I was like, what's going on? Where'd it go? I just had it. All right, sorry. Let me get it. Let me grab it.
That's what she said.
I had a feeling. I don't know why I had a feeling that's what she said. Lord help us all. Man, oh man. Okay, that should have it saved.
You caught me after a nap, not before. Zing.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna have to go refill my coffee on that note. Let me get this pulled up and I can get it going before I do so. Y'all are like, we're waiting on you long enough, lady. Get it together. No, my friends know I'm not perfectly. We're not perfectly polished. We're gonna say that. That's our saying over here, guys.
Man, right. I always mess something up when I go live. Always. It never fails.
Here's the nope. Damn it, man. This is it. Let me start at the beginning. It's on mute, so we don't get in trouble. This is for educational purposes only. This is a visual, guys. A total visual. Do your own research. Here we go.
Right there.
When was this video again? What's the... Hold on.
Here with me.
What's the date?
Premiered November 23rd, 2022. So 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, because some of these songs, it's weird because some of the songs they're talking about were before he was like a year or more before she went missing, right? So it made me wonder, did he know her long before then that we even know about? I don't know. We're going to keep watching Dolphin. We certainly are. So it does look a lot like her regardless. I can't say it's the same girl. Remembering the picture that I have of her. You know what? Let me do this. Let me screenshot this so I can put it with the other photo I have and compare. Okay. Here we go.
So Dolphin, is this the girl or is it a lookalike? That would be a crazy connection if this is actually her that's appearing in his video. I mean, he's going to have a hard time fighting that one. That he's
I haven't seen any. This is the first I'm hearing about it. I don't know it, like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like from her social medias or something. That's why I was wondering if anybody found a social media account earlier, because I don't know a current photo. I don't know how current that one is they have released. Because I did a search for photos of her and couldn't find a whole lot. But I didn't go into Instagram and trolling Facebook or none of that stuff yet. I mean, is that same girl that we see in that photo that's missing now? I don't know. Different content. So, all right.
Yeah, if you look at your YouTube feed, it's been suspended.
For real?
For real.
Am I down?
Yep, you're down.
Doing what? Playing him?
Yep.
Okay, so just me and you are here. Everybody else is gone. Or let's see. It
won't probably.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I got an end stream or something. It's just gone. Okay, yeah, it doesn't give me my usual option. Stop sharing. in case everybody can hear me in stream. Bye.